I hope you're enjoying your training. My name is Danny, and I am here today with Amy and Noemi. I'm going to let them each introduce themselves to you.
Hey guys, I'm Noemi. I work at the Hermosa Vista location, Village Heights location, and Calendula location in the OC.
Hi everyone, my name is Amy. I work here in South LA with Turner, Finley Square, and our newly site Menlo Park.
I have asked Amy and Noemi to be with us today to specifically talk about this topic because I've just seen them over the last 6 months to a year really do really well in the topic of center budgets, spending money wisely, how we can stretch out our budgets, because we all know our budgets are definitely not big enough for everything that we want to do. But a lot of time with some creativity, we're able to go in and do things that are pretty amazing with the amount of money that we're given. And that's just being very creative. And both Noemi and Amy are very creative in that area. So I wanted them to share with you some of the hacks that they have for expanding the center budget, some of the resources that they use, some of the ways that they accomplish a lot of this stuff. So really quick, first of all, I want to give you guys a hack. My number one hack is the clearance aisle at Walmart. That is like my number one hack. I am constantly going to the clearance aisle at Walmart looking for things that I can purchase for the center. Not only for like the upcoming events, but a lot of the times I'll find things for a year from now that I can use, that I can buy at a lower price. So for example, Spring Fling this year, we didn't have our Spring Flings as normal, but in 2019 Spring Fling afterwards, I went to Walmart and was able to pick up the little plastic eggs that we normally spend like $4 for a bag of 20 on. I was able to pick up the bag of 20 for a quarter a piece. So I, in my garage right now, waiting for our next Spring Fling, have a giant tote of little plastic eggs that I was able to purchase at like $6, right? Where it's going to go well beyond what it would be. And so I'm always looking. I know that Sherry buys Easter baskets and Halloween baskets for going trick-or-treating at the end of the season and saves them for the next year. Christmas is always a good time to buy stuff on New Year's that you can use the next year. Even purchasing, when we decorate the center for Valentine's Day, after Valentine's Day, going in and picking up new decorations for the following year is always a good thing. And it's really thinking out long term how you can best use that, so then the next February rolls around, you're not spending so much on decorations because you've already got those, so you can go and do this. Another idea is at the end of New Year's, this year is 2020, you can normally go and buy plates and napkins and cups and even the glasses that say 2020 or something like that, and then save those for graduation that year. So it's like just a couple hacks that I found. You can also look on Amazon and find a lot of that stuff on Amazon. So I'll first ask you, Noemi, then you, Amy. How do you stretch your budget? What are things that you do that stretch your budget when you're at your centers?
Well, for me, I usually shop either at the dollar store or the 99-cent stores. When it comes to snacks, I try to look for the ones that are like two for $1. But then let's say for the Thanksgiving harvest that we're doing right now, instead of buying the cans at the 99-cent store, I try to see if I can find them for cheaper. And at Walmart, I saw that they have them for less. So I guess I do research on where I can spend less money. And like you with the decorations, I save them for next year. I've also reached out to organizations to see if they could help us like with donations. Sometimes residents donate items as well. And then if I know there's like an event coming up the next month, I try not to spend as much beforehand so I can save up some money, some extra money for the next month. And
Okay.
that's pretty much it.
Now, when residents donate, do you ever ask residents for certain things?
For Halloween, I put up a flyer if they could donate Halloween candy, and I did have some stop by and give us candy. But when, like, let's say for the potluck, I'll ask if they want to participate and donate food, just, so we can kind of get them all together also and get to know each other as well. Um, Sometimes I have them donate like
Great.
pencils or paper.
Okay. Yeah, construction paper is another thing that I feel like I'm always buying construction paper and scissors. I feel like anywhere I go, I'm buying construction paper, scissors, and Scotch tape. Everywhere I go, I'm buying those three things. Amy, how do you stretch your center's budgets?
I think that I've had to learn how to be very creative because we just have an abundance of so many kids. And so, in trying to pick out the best things for them, the budget is not enough. So, having to pick one item over the other has really put a toll on me because I'm like, I just want to bless them. I want to give them everything. So, for me, I try to do that as well, where it's like if I don't have to spend the money of last month. I try to put it in for the months that we're going to know we're going to need more items to buy. But one of the things that we have done right now, and if I don't know if it's too soon to talk about OfferUp, but I think that OfferUp has become my best friend. I spend countless hours on OfferUp because it has worked for me. I know that it doesn't work for everybody, but I have alerts on everything that they have, whether it be from paint to coloring books to free books to books between new beginners to high school kids to novels, like anything that you can think of, even backpacks. And so what I do is that when I see a good price, instead of saying I can buy them, I always tell them our story, and I'll say, hey, I work for this organization. We really want to encourage kids to continue on going with school, and we need supplies, we need backpacks, we need all these different things. And sometimes they'll say, I'm not really looking to donate. I really want some income. So I'll just say, thank you so much for your time. But there have been real significant times where I've shared, hey, we need certain things, and they're more than willing to offer them and to give them for free. So far with that, we have been able to receive endless backpacks. We got one donor to donate over 230 books for the kids. We have been able to receive pumpkins. We have been able to receive coloring books as well as pencils and paintbrushes. So it's just about asking and not being afraid to say, hey, this is it's going to be for a good cause. Are you willing to do it? And so far it's been okay. And I feel like the kids really enjoy it. So for me, it's just looking for other alternatives besides just going straight to buying them. So next stop, I hope to be able to do the bigger grocery stores or retail stores so that I can see how it works and stuff.
So Noemi, what has been your experience when asking for donations or working with outside organizations? Like, I know you have a relationship with a church that has a food bank, and you're able to get food for a lot of our residents.
Yeah, so for that, I basically just emailed them and then I heard back from them. And then they just asked how many people I was going to help out, if I could provide their names, how many people reside. And then every Wednesday I go and pick it up. They give me like 10, 15 boxes. But I've also gone to grocery stores or fast food places to ask for donations. And so far I've had like 2 fast food places that were able to donate donuts or just like coupons to get like a free shake or free fries. But like Amy said, some of them were like, oh, like we're not offering anything right now, or they'll be like, oh, I'll give you a call back, and they never call back. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I think that's a big thing too, is like, especially for prizes or for rewards for the kids, sometimes just going to the local stores and say, the local fast food places and say, hey, Taco Bell, hey, McDonald's, I work right around the corner and I would love to give the kids a free Big Mac or a free ice cream cone for doing this. Is this a way you can help? And then I know that even Sherry has gotten like Wendy's to give like ton of Frosty coupons, right? Where they can just go and you can start rewarding the kids for their efforts. Maybe they were joined the leadership team and they did a really good job. Maybe they've been helping clean up, and you can start rewarding the kids with that. And that's a way to increase what we're doing without having to spend the additional funds and being able to keep those funds for and allocate them for other areas. So what would you guys would say would be your number one tip to all of the staff that are watching right now? What would be your number one tip in center budgets or gaining donations or just you know, collaborating with other organizations? What would be your number one tip that you would suggest that other coordinators do? I'll let either of you take that.
I'd say to just keep making the calls or like show up in person and keep emailing. And if they don't reply, try to email them again, and then eventually you'll get a response.
To add to that, I would say don't be afraid to not do something just because you've never done it before. My advice, just be persistent and continue on seeing what's out there.
My number one tip on all of that would be once you receive a donation from someone, a lot of time they think that's the end of it. They'll you know, donate their extra toys or the extra books, or they'll donate you know, some gift certificates to their restaurant. They'll think that's the end of it. But I would say my number one tip would be to always have the kids and the families that you work with make a thank you card and get that back to them, because that's going to extend the giving to another opportunity. The next time, you know, maybe they gave you gift certificates for Frosties, let's say, for an example, and then all of a sudden they over ordered their hamburger patties. Well, who are they going to call when they over ordered their hamburger patties and they need to give them to someone? They're going to call you, because you showed them your appreciation, not just in your words, but from the kids. And if you can, always take pictures of whatever's donated and try to get that back to the person who donated. That's one of the best ways that we've been able to continue relationships with certain organizations, to where they give over and over and over again. So that would be my number one tip. Thank you, ladies, so much for helping me with this. And right now, in your annual plan meeting, if anybody has something that they want to share about either expanding your center budget or working with outside organizations or getting donations, please have that conversation right now. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate your time.